Welcome back to Dragonfall. We've cleaned up the Escabel situation, not to the most satisfying conclusion, but like I don't know, there was more interesting stuff in the mission itself than there was in the overarching story that it was attached to. A little disappointing. Anyway, we've got missions to do. I don't know why that doesn't disappear. Maybe until I load the next thing. We've got these two missions from or this mission from the anonymous client. This mission from the woman we met with to bomb the place. And then this one is Blitz's mission, I believe. So I think we're going to try and do that one because it should just be me or me and Blitz. Let's see. Oh, right. That's a two-step thing for that one. All right, let's clear Blitz's debt. I'm hoping this one's simple, but it probably won't be. It never is. It's been quite a while since we've been in the Drogenkippe. Settling debts. Drogenkippe. It'd be high up on anyone's list of places to avoid, but that's where you're headed, and you're going there alone this time. The last time that you saw Blitz, he was carting his portable terminal over to Café Sesve, presumably so that he could do his decking in the most comfortable environment possible. Like everything else related to Drogenkippe, the U-Bahn train that services it is in poor repair. The car that you're riding in stinks like a chemical toilet on a hot day. On the floor near the doorway, you catch sight of a trampled lump of tattered fur. The longer you stare at it, the more convinced you become that you're looking at the remains of a long-dead squirrel. The train rumbles to a stop and the doors slide open. Time to get this over with. All right. You know, with no support staff, this is going to be interesting. I can buff myself a bit, but I don't have a huge amount of utility. Really makes me want for Haste 4, but oh well. Stepping out of the U-Bahn tunnel, you once again find yourself in the squalid alleys of Drogenkippe. This place is a pit. Piles of waste, human and otherwise, litter the streets. The gutted husks of commercial buildings stand hollow and empty all around you. Your comlink crackles to life and you can hear the distant sounds of Café Sesve. Merriment, laughter, the clink of silverware on china. Blitz's voice cuts in a second later. Hey, Chief. Ready to do this thing? This is a very leading thing because I don't know what I'm about to ask him, but I might as well go for it. Yeah. Say, Blitz, I've got a question for you. Yeah? You hear a slurping sound, presumably Blitz taking a sip of steaming hot soy calf. The only steam that you can see out here is your own breath condensing in the frigid air of night. The frigid night air. What's up? How did I let you talk me into coming back to this hellhole? There's a long pause before he responds. Well, you recognized the fact that I needed your help, and then you, volunteered. Because you're a good leader? You owe me for this, man. Blitz sighs. Yeah, Chief. Yeah, I do. A plain-looking man in a fancy suit taps away at his PDA. He's an older guy, probably in his late 50s. In the filth-strewn streets of Drogenkippe, he stands out like a sore thumb. At the sounds of your approach, he stops what he's doing and shifts his gaze to you. Alice Omarda, right? I might be. Who's asking? My name is Hassenkamp. I'm Mr. Grinder's accountant. What a remarkable coincidence. Hassenkamp nods. His expression is deadpan. Mr. Grinder sent me to ensure that the money transfer goes according to plan. When you enter the building, I'm going in with you. I don't think so. I don't bring strangers along on runs, period. The old man chuckles softly. If you want to get your pal off Mr. Grinder's hit list, I'd suggest that you reevaluate that position. Blitz's voice crackles in over your comlink. What the hell is this? Grinder didn't say anything about his accountant tagging along. Hassenkamp's lip curls into a wry grin. Mr. Grinder doesn't have to explain himself to you. You're in his pocket, remember? If you want back out of it, you'll do what he says. Out of curiosity, how did Meat Grinder even know that I'd be here? Your pal Blitz. He sent Mr. Grinder a message with a complete breakdown of your plan about an hour ago. He did, huh? Your comm crackles to life. Well, of course I did, Chief. How could I be sure that this would get me off the hook if I didn't ask? And so, to find out, you let a homicidal loan shark know exactly where and when to find me. Well, that's not exactly how I'd put it, but yeah, I guess. There's an awkward pause. In my own defense, I didn't expect him to send his accountant to shadow you, though. That's a new one on me. I hate to interrupt, but if you two are finished, I'd like to get this show on the road. He glances at his wristwatch. I want to get back home before my grandkids go to bed. You have grandkids? He shrugs. My daughter married young. You got a problem with that? Of course not. I was just curious. Well, if your curiosity is assuaged, I'd suggest that you tell your pal to work his magic. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get out of this hellhole. Your turn, Blitz. Show us what you've got. You got it, Chief. His voice is eager. Heading inside. This won't take 5 seconds. Oh. Okay. Interesting. So, do I beeline straight for it? Do I try and... Well, these aren't enemies, are they? Hold on. They're white, so they're not... Well, at least for now, they're not enemies. A gatekeeper IC program stands impassively, waiting to challenge all comers. Visitor, identity unknown. Please present security code string. Let's see here. Override security access. Root command trapdoor. There's a brief pause, then the IC flashes twice. Access granted. Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh. This is interesting. This does not look like a place I want to start a fight. Be nice to turn off these turrets, though. A piece of Watcher IC turns, flashing angrily. A rapid-fire sequence of lights pulse out a warning. Keep away. Check my credentials with your friend back there. Go on, I can wait. A moment later, the Watcher IC flickers apologetically. Secondary security verification approved. Super user status verified. Query. How may I help you today? Just step aside, pal. I'm in a rush. The program obediently moves aside. Proceed and have a pleasant day. Don't mind if I do. Well, I It would have been nice to get at these turrets and things, but, And that's just a... So does this reconfigure at some point? There's a bunch of things over here. I can't imagine they're there for no reason. Oh, there was an inspect. Damn it! And that should do it, Chief. You're good to head inside. The main server should be just ahead. A shocking display of competence from the red-haired disaster. That's what Mr. Grinder calls your pal, by the way. He's got a rep around these parts. For some strange reason, all of his friends keep dying. Don't listen to this asshole, Chief. He shouldn't even be here. I don't know. He's kind of growing on me. Ha ha ha. Hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not overly enthusiastic about either of you. So let's just get this over with, alright? Fine by me. Anything else you need to know, Blitz? We need to know, Blitz? Yeah, I've hit the first firewall in here. I'll need you to get in there and install that bypass for me. Got it. We'll go find a terminal. Alright, well... Is there anything... Why can I walk back here at all? Alright, in we go. I'm going to open the door without the bloodstain in front of it first. This place is a dump. The top drawer of this desk is packed full of slender plastic rods. Cred sticks, hundreds of them. Grab a handful. You sink your hand in the drawer of loose cred sticks and fish out a fistful. The plastic is slick and pleasant to the touch. As you withdraw your hand from the desk, Hassenkamp chuckles. They're all blank. You don't think the Landenberg ring would leave them in an unlocked drawer if they had money on them, do you? I thought it was going to be an item we needed for something. Now I'm worried if I slot a cred stick, it's going to corrupt something. Try to initiate a transfer between one of the cred sticks from the desk and the one in your pocket. Sure enough, the stick from the desk is blank. So is the next one you try and the next. Told you. Now can we keep moving, or do you want to test every stick in that drawer? Well, it couldn't hurt. That was a rhetorical question, genius. He shakes his head. Come on, Alice, let's keep moving. Alright, well, nothing bad happened, so... That doesn't look like a desk at all. The desk is catastrophically messy. Candy wrappers litter its work surface and the bottom drawer is ajar. Search the desk. You about through over there? Hang on a second, I want to check this out. I'm not sure that we're on the same page here, so we should probably hash this out now and save ourselves some time. We are here to fetch the money that your friend owes to Mr. Grinder. That means we aren't here to ransack desks or steal office supplies. So what you're doing right now could accurately be described as a waste of time. This isn't going to take long. Don't worry. I'm not worried. I'm irritated. But fine, whatever. Do your thing. Just do it fast, okay? You got it. Rummaging through the desk, you find an old-fashioned binder stuffed with cheap paper. Leafing through the pages, you discover what appears to be a business plan. Apparently, the Landenberg ring is in the process of opening a string of payday loan centers across Drogenkippa. Hey, Kassenkamp, what does Grinder think about this? Isn't money laundering his racket? Yeah, these Landenberg pricks have been a tick on his ass for years now, sucking away at the revenue that should be lining his pockets. Bad business all around. Thankfully, we're going to recover at least a little of that cash tonight. And speaking of which... Just a second. I'm almost done. At the back of the binder, you find a note scrawled on a slip of scrap paper. Plots. I have real and pressing concerns about this silent partner that you've brought on for the loan center scheme. We don't need him. I keep saying it, but no one listens to me. But nobody listens. Call me. JB. Any idea who this Plots guy is, Hassenkamp? Miserable son of a bitch. I had to share an office with him, that man, for... He cuts himself short. Never mind. You don't need to know. Blitz whispers through your comlink. The plot thickens. Send to the stash. And yes, sir, I am going to dig through every fucking trash can just to piss you off. This garbage can hasn't been emptied in a while. When you lift the lid, you find the bin full to overflowing with crumpled paper and disused office stationery. Dig through the trash. Oh, for Christ's sake, here we go again. Calm down, man. This is all part of the job. This is ridiculous. You're on a run with a deadline, and you're rooting around in a trash can. It happens more often than you'd expect. The longer we argue about this, the longer it's going to take. He steps back, an exasperated expression on his face. All right, fine, do your thing, but make it quick. Most of the waste in here comes in the form of old bank statements. Apparently somebody in the Landenberg ring has been using the backs of statements as scratch paper. The third handful of trash you liberate from the bin contains a note that catches your eye. A. From where did you score all that stuff? From where did you score that stuff, man? That juice that you were passing around. That stuff was unreal. I'm serious, man. I haven't been that high since grad school. When you get your hands on more, you let me know. John. What do you make of this, Hassenkamp? Well, let's see. Apparently a man named A scored some juice and it was really unreal stuff. So what do I make of it? A couple of things. One, the Landenberg ring has some real fuck-ups on its payroll. And two, you're wasting our time. Of the two, I'm more upset about the second because it involves you keeping me here in this cesspool longer than I need to be. Does that answer your question? You seriously need to calm down, man. I'll calm down when I'm out of here and away from you. Now let's keep moving. Blitz whispers to you via your comlink. Ask a silly question. Wait, was that an instruction or was that supposed to be like ask a silly question, get a silly answer? I mean, I chose what I chose deliberately because he's not wrong, but he's also an asshole and I don't really care to run with him. So if he wants to leave, he can. It's no skin off my back, skin off my nose. Man, English has some weird phrases. Well, that looks like the point. Let's just back up here real quick and see if this door has anything. Huh. Locked. That's open. Just boards over the floor, huh? All right. Let's see. This desk is an oasis of order amidst the chaos of the rest of the building. Papers and chips are stacked neatly or filed by name and date. There's even an old-fashioned coffee mug filled with random assortment of graphite pencils and ink pens. Hassenkamp raises an eyebrow. Huh, this desk is actually organized. Must belong to somebody in management. My thoughts exactly. He glances at the chronometer on his PDA. Time's wasting. Let's keep moving. Tell you what, I'll let you know when I'm ready to move on, and until then, you'll stop badgering me about it. Deal? Whatever, just hurry your ass up. Yeah, I'm starting not to think this guy is an accountant. I think he's here to knock me off once I complete the job. Stacks of paper. You appear to have discovered a compilation of financial reports. Each report details the fiscal health of a small corporation. Taken as a whole, they paint a picture of a small business across the whole of Germany. Each corp in the pile seems to have an interesting, innovative project underway. Unfortunately, all are also in dire financial straits, and at least half of them are teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. Despite the corporation's impending insolvency, the files suggest buying heavily into all of them. Apparently, the Landenberg Ring's sources have led them to believe that all of these corporations are on the verge of being acquired by a single megacorp. The file doesn't say which one. A financial crime ring is involved in insider trading? Shocking. Now, can we please move on? I thought we had an agreement, man. Check the drawers. Most of the drawers are neatly stocked with stationery supplies, but nothing interesting turns up. The topmost drawer is locked. Unfortunately, I don't have strength, so... You sure? Maybe there's some nice binder clips in there for you to play with, or a staple remover for you to steal. The constant griping isn't doing much to improve my opinion of you, Hassenkamp. What a terrible shame. Now let's keep moving, if you please. Alright. Before we go any further, I'm going to cut the episode, and we'll come back and proceed further, piss off Hassenkamp more. I'll see you guys then.